Okay, so we're going to be starting off now with round 3 of the store regional. Looks like we're going to see Gankoo X return to the top tables. Not a surprise after that last game. That last round, rather. Winning it, so it looks like we are 2-0 going up against Purple Hybrid on the other side. Purple Hybrid, one of those decks that right now it's not the one that's at the front of the brain, but all of the cards are still really strong, man. Just having a level 4 that can nuke the whole board is pretty powerful and very low commitment. So you could always see Purple Hybrid slide in as a powerful aggro deck, but one thing that aggro decks, especially ones that stay low to the ground, usually struggle with is something like a Gankoo X that is just a large, wide, unaffected board, especially with floodgates that will also be unaffected under that same blanket. Looks like it's going to be Purple Hybrid with the Cupie Eggs. Ooh, and Devimon. That's pretty sick. Cupie Eggs is definitely a classic. It's just like a choice that you can make. Some people prefer Cupie, some otherwise. Anubis gonna hit the trash. Beautiful deck. So far, so many shiny cards there, unrecognizable. But it's gonna be Mist Boost to mill a couple, draw one, and potentially set up the Tamer for next turn. Yeah, if I didn't know that I was playing against Purple Hybrid, this would not have tipped me off. I would say this is an amalgamation. This is a purple pile. So right now we're going to Shamanmon to block that Mem gain. But we are going to get some mills at start of main. And now I think the cat's out of the bag. We see the Arrestor and the Rivals Barrage. So if it wasn't, if the Demi-Devi was not a giveaway, which I think, there's definitely worlds where it's not, then certainly those mills do tell the whole story. And we're going to go straight into Velgramon to pass. Looks like we are missing on all of our Tamers. That is tough. Okay, potentially grabbing the Emperor. Yeah, Emperor seems like it's a pretty good card into the hybrid deck that never wants to make their egg grow up. Past level 3. We're going to put that Gankoo X in the trash where it needs to be for you to pull it back out with Gankoo when you play it. Gained quite a bit of, or just a little bit of memory in the process. You're thinking about how we want to pass with this Velgra. It looks like we're going to swing to try to draw a couple off of these Koros. 2 Koro draws. Okay to get rid of that hook because we have one in the back. We want to keep Shaman alive. We want to keep the Uko gravy train rolling. How are we going to pass the turn? Are we going to Evo into a bow? No, we're going to hard drop our good friend Medieval Gallantmon, one of the most potent cards. I think one of the most powerful cards when it goes off. Certainly a strong effect against Purple Hybrid who wants to keep playing cards. Although typically they want to play Tamers, so it's not really going to be a huge deal, I think, to churn through. The big problem is we're just presenting a lot of damage. This is one thing that Mother Shoto did really well, was it played big medieval, swung massive alliance 2 checks, and then just finishes with little guys, typically through hybrids. We're going to scramble the Velgra to the top, play out this Demi-Devi. Oh, decline the Demi-Devi play. We're just going to scramble the Velgra to the top. Yeah, I guess because we do not want to get the extra mills. But it would be start a main, so you'd still get the Velgra. I'm not sure why we don't want the body. Oh, I'm silly. The body came out and it just got popped right away by the medieval. That's fine, though. We are going to be able to play Calling from Darkness, pull out the Velgra. Get the on-play effect mill for all 3 colors. So that was Underworld's call. They get the revive effect, and we finally see a tamer hit the board. Koichi's going to draw and trash. Another Koichi. And as long as we have a Duskmon, and we don't get choked too hard, we'll be okay. I mean, there's no shot the Velgor lives. We just have to play a small body for Medieval to take care of it. And with the Shamanmon, we're not really worried about our turn getting stolen, so we could just drop a body now, as we do. Pitch another Gankoo X. We do not need that guy. Get rid of the Velgramon. Swing with some Alliance off of the new fresh body. 2 checks. Draw 2 cards. Going through the motions here. It's going to be Uko in next. Then Huck. I guess here Shaman can swing. It doesn't really matter. On the last one, we don't get any memory because it's Shaman, and then we swing for game. So pretty efficient clear here. This is one of those matchups where sometimes the Mem Floodgate can feel fake, but a lot less often than against something like Gallant, because the hybrid deck has to be able to fully set up at least one line before they pop and start gaining memory. And that does take a couple turns of setup instead of being able to pop my training into my 4 that pops your Floodgate that gains me memory. So, especially when you are able to hold that Floodgate on board and swing into the security, it really takes a lot of the volatility away. We did know that there was some security bombs potentially. We could have seen Rivals Barrage, but I think there was enough swings. And because we went to big body first, probably would have been fine swinging out there. Okay, shuffled up, getting ready for game 2. In the last set that we watched, Gankoo was more than happy to go second, even choosing it when given the option. Purple Hybrid, honestly, probably the same. I mean, you're fine going first, putting a rookie in the back and slamming a Tamer, or dropping Oko. But you do, again, need to gather quite a few pieces, so I wouldn't be surprised either way. Personally, when I'm playing a deck with stuff like Uko's in it, I'm an aggressive slanting. I would choose first, but I could see an argument for either way, especially if you want to deny your opponent the second. We are going to see Purple Hybrid just go straight for that first, and we are going to drop the Tamer right away. Draw 1, trash 1, pitch the Rivals that we do not ever really want to see in hand. We're not going to be able to stack that in any way, so just get rid of it. I will say in this matchup, there's a world where it's good to hold that type of card, because the immunity that is granted from Gankoo is only immunity from Digimon effects. So removal on option cards like that Rivals could be premium to keep in hand in order to get rid of the ability to cycle it or have the threat turn into a bigger one with GX. I think it is a pretty clear medieval grab here, because that Gotsumon does not really stop Purple Hybrid at all. And it definitely doesn't do anything that medieval doesn't. Going to Evo the Shaman straight away, who is a pretty solid Floodgate in the matchup, into a Bauhuck. We are going to put the GX, the Gankoo X rather, straight to the trash again, where it belongs, because it will be pulled out of the trash when we are able to slam the regular Gankoo here. Okay, Evo into the Dusk, change one of these colors. What color do we become? Probably purple. Yep, there's that purple token. Really good communication. We love clear communication. But that Uko is going to be purple, likely so that we can set up a Velgra line. No, just going for the Arrestor. I mean, we would need like a way to gain memory because there's no Velgra in trash, so we are going to swing and raid over that Sistermon with Piercing with that effect, and still leave the Uko on board. I'm just curious. I really like the idea of getting rid of the Uko. Because it's just going to keep getting you value. If we're able to take out this Arrestor, it does play out a Tamer from trash, but there's no Tamer to be played here. Oh, no, it will play the Tamer from the sources. Silly me. So we'll be able to get the Koichi effect and filter a little bit more, but we will also be able to get a Digi-Emperor draw. More memory to work with. Let's see, right now with the Bow Live, we could reduce 6 cost off of this guy. Because his own effect reduces by 4, Bow reduces by 2. So it's 5 to drop him, or is it 6 to drop? I think it's 6 to drop him. DDG, looks like we're going to just DDG 1. We can DDG, any DDG evolution is up to, so you could DDG just 2. Or just one of the 2. And leave the Dusk here, although I'm not really sure what good that does for you. Since it's not like a memory setting Tamer. Swinging in here just gets us blocked, right? Or yeah, or worse, we're setting up our GX so that we have a lot of extra damage next turn. There's 3 Royal Knight in the sources. So when we swing next turn, we can tuck one more, trash 2, and restand. That's already 3 checks. 4, 5, 6. That's lethal. Oh, but we have rivals. Okay, so we baited out the GX, get the rivals. That's why I was saying it could kind of be premium to hold those in hand. I guess if we have 2, maybe you can lull the opponent into the security that they go for their GX. We've got Dusk in the back. Keep getting more and more value off of the Uko. Absolutely grab that Gankumon so that we can just keep the defense rolling here. We're going to gain 1 memory off of the first. Off the only hook, rather. And again, we're reducing by 6 to play the Gankoo from hand if we want to. And I would imagine that we want to. The only debate is, do we want to swing first and get, looks like just 2 Koros are live under here, and that's a Digimon, so swing, get 2 draws. Looks like Uko has done enough because we don't have a rookie to replace him. So scramble, gonna be whiffing on a rookie to play, but we're gonna add the scramble to hand. So Uko lives, perhaps to swing another day. I do see the Uko in hand here, so I guess we're just debating if we want to put the Uko in the back for 1. But I think with as potent as of a tool as that Gankumon is, and only seeing Dusk in the back plus a hybrid or 1 Tamer, you are probably a-okay to give a little bit extra memory. These hybrid decks are always ones where it feels like way less threatening to give them a bunch of memory if they don't have a bunch of tamers to take advantage of it. We need a Evo from hand into a Velgra. If we want to keep this loop going, and even take advantage of the extra tamers, but we're still not going to be able to clear a lot. Okay, we do get big. We can get big with the Arrestor and swing Raid into the biggest guy, who's 13 right now. But without the Velgra, we're 13 ourselves, so we're going to be swinging into an even bigger GX who's going to pop the Arrestor on attack. Cupimon trigger, pitch the Koichi to gain a memory, and then trigger the Dusk to play the Koichi. Not bad. Draw one, pitch one, trigger Emperor, and then I think proceed to Perish. Enter the Perish phase. Because this is still just so much damage. Just the GX by itself is threatening 4 damage. Dusk is going to change a color. We're going to go green. It's good to recycle. Keep the planet healthy. It's the only one we've got. Really, to what avail, I'm not sure. We're going to scramble into the Arrestor. Now, unless I'm crazy, this Arrestor is 12k. Am I crazy? There's no world we're getting over GX here. And you just swing when attacking, pop, so there's no ace play to worry about. When attacking, you'll pop the Arrestor, tuck a source, restand, trash 2 security, check 1, swing. You have so much damage, and the only thing that you're worried about is hitting a rival's in security, at which point you've already done 3 damage, and you have enough memory right now to handle the overflow that it just genuinely doesn't matter. This is game on board. We just have to turn our cards sideways. I can't think of a single 2-card combination here. Maybe we're missing... Well, now you're worried about rivals stealing the turn. So I don't know about playing the body there. Not sure what Gutsumon being played does for us here. So we trash 2. We check 1. It is not rivals. Then swinging there is a little bit rugged. You could have swung with anything, but that's okay. Swinging all the way through with Gankoo X. And again, that is just immovable object takes it over the aggro deck trying to get under. It is so hard to try to play the deck that plays under the power curve of other ones when the big defense deck is just slamming their level 6 and going straight for it. So it is a little bit tough, but really solid plays. And Gankoo moving on even further.